What's good, y'all? Elvis here. So I'm taking a break from traditional barber content or whatever I was doing with the barber education thing, because I realized most of the time when I'm giving people barber game, it's less about barber game and it's more about just big homie game, for real, for real. A lot of times when somebody's coming to me talking to me about a problem that they're having with a client, they're quick to tell me about how a client is playing with their policy and not respecting them and this and that, not working with them. And that's really not a barbering business issue. That's a personal relationship issue. That's like a personal boundary problem or a lack of having boundaries. The better I am as a standalone man makes me better in any business interactions I am when it comes to being a barber or any relationship building situations. It's kind of showed me that it's a holistic thing. A better individual makes for a better barber. You know what I'm saying? Which also reflects within your business and your life. I'm gonna call this series Game Big Homie Told Me, because this is game that I give as a big homie, you know, as a big barber, big brother, but also most of the game that I'm getting is stuff I got from my big homies or the biggest homie, God. Anything that helps me become a better person trickles down into anything that I touch. So having a stronger relationship with God, source, or whatever you want to call it, only makes you more potent in anything you're trying to do, regardless of whatever you call your connection to whatever is above us. You know what I'm saying? This video for all my little homies. She cannot be your piece. That's the biggest cliche I hear when it comes to men talking about what women should be in their life. I want her to be my peace. I'm at war with the world and this and that. And I understand where that comes from. Like, as a man, we are literally have to fight every day. Like, even if it's just a fight for our position, fight for the things that we want in the future, fight for the resources we're trying to accrue for the people that we care about. Even if your day does not involve like combat, you feel me? Like, this is a spiritual fight every day. And as men, we feel purpose in our utility, in our service. But if we don't feel like that's being in service to anything grander, it feels pointless. And most of the time, when I'm talking to dudes, the piece that they're shooting for, the piece that they're working towards, is the hypothetical piece a woman could bring them. And I used to fall into that. I used to think that women could provide me a piece. Now I'm realizing, like, they can only amplify my own peace. Like, peace is not something. You're not at peace. Peace is something that you have to hone and curate for yourself over time. I used to have a feminine idea of peace. I thought peace was the absence of conflict. Because there's nothing over here that's hemming me up right now, I'm safe. That's what made me feel safe. Now I have a more masculine view of peace. Well, the masculine view of peace is the ability to resolve conflict. I don't feel safe because a problem hasn't come to me. I feel safe because I have a solution ready. So what women consider peace, the peace that a man can bring them, is solving problems. You know what I'm saying? Solving conflict. The only peace a woman can bring you is the absence of conflict, because that's her perception. So what men consider peaceful is a woman that doesn't add more bullshit on your plate. If anything, a relationship that has peace on both sides allows the woman to do less and allows the man to be empowered to do more. Not in some like slavery type thing, but I know a man is at peace when he's inspired to do more work and solve more problems. Like, the masculine idea of peace is not laying around because there's no problem. It's getting out in the field and finding a problem worth dying over or struggling over if you're not that serious. So if you're masculine, a woman can't bring you what your idea of peace is. If anything, she could help you on the way towards, action and being in motion towards your mission. But to even rely on somebody else to bring you peace is the fault. You can't create peace for another person. You can share a little bit of your peace and add a little bit of your flavor to their mix, but whatever their internal demons are, they're going to keep struggling with, because that's their battle. Sound like they fighting demons over there, bro. The only times I ever felt peace, I was in the middle of the process and I was on fire and inspired about what God put in me. It was never about this worldly shit. There's been times where I've been on fire about things and passionate about worldly stuff, but it was always me working out of a place of desperation versus being powered by purpose. I'm not gonna front, they feel a little similar in the sense of, like, you almost feel like you have no choice but to put this energy into motion. The journey of moving towards peace is different than the journey of moving away from chaos. They're two separate legs of the same journey, because I realize I'm great at moving away from chaos, but moving towards peace is a different thing. I had a lot of adverse childhood experiences, so I've realized that I've learned to be comfortable in the chaos, but the chaos doesn't grow you. You really start growing when you grow into yourself and you have a deeper relationship with yourself, creation, God, all that. And that's an internal journey. You don't grow up out into the world. You grow up internally, grow inward, being able to have those real conversations. Not being distracted by the bubblegum bullshit, pop culture shit or down here, but understanding the significance of the real conversations, the real personal interactions you're having with Source. That's where your peace is. And that is the most uncomfortable thing that you could possibly do. People think peace is comfort, but when you're comfortable in the chaos, peace feels problematic. And I've been on my own journey of getting my shit together. And I'm realizing every time I look back at the previous leg, I had no idea what the fuck I was talking about. And I had no space to talk about anybody else on a different leg of the journey. So I think it's worth giving each other grace about this, because nobody has it figured out, and I've yet to meet somebody that has it figured out. If anything, someone might have solved one problem on one leg of the journey and they can give me a little perspective about it. But that perspective they're giving me is one of infinite perspectives that God has blessed me to learn from. So even if I learned everything one person can give me, that is nothing compared to what God got to teach me. And I only know something in comparison to my old self. I don't know something in comparison to the future self, or whoever I'll become, or whoever I'll come around. I only know what has existed until now. And that's just the tiny fraction of stuff that I paid attention to. I'm talking about the world, I'm talking about internally. If you want someone to provide you peace, understand the kind of peace that they believe in. Because if y'all don't have the same idea of peace, they're just gonna cloud whatever your idea of peace is. I'm realizing now that for years I've been trying to collaborate and, let's say, grow peace with people who peace was in the exact opposite direction of what I was trying to do. For example, I was trying to build with people who wanted to, let's say, get a bag up, wanted to be successful, but they wanted to do it so other people would look at them. I want to do it so I can disappear. I wanted to have internal peace because I didn't like how I needed something from everybody all the time, and they were people that were actively trying to take away my idea of peace. So I wanted to get in my bag, be independent, so I could create my own peace and then share that with people that it made sense with. But a lot of people I was working with were doing the same thing, but we do this shit differently. We have very different reasons, very different incentives. We might have the same actions of discipline and getting on our business and politicking and networking and this and that. But when it came down to it, they cared way more about other people's perception than the money and whatever the value that they're working towards. So it got to a point where once money starts flowing, once attention and clout start coming, they're trading everything that they're working for a cosign or recognition from somebody outside of them. And I can relate. I've been there. I've been there before, and I don't fault them. But those kind of people are dangerous to mix a bunch of stuff in with, because if they are a slave to something, as soon as you get in with them, you automatically become a slave to something. If you're dealing with a girl and the only thing she wants to do is take trips and eat food and da-da-da-da, and that's not something you want to do, it's not long before, just because you like her and you want to be around her, I don't mind doing a few things you want to do. The dangerous thing about unintentional relationships is that their intentions leak into your intentions. So if you don't have any idea of what you're doing as a man or the masculine party in the situation, then you can't expect this to go any way that you want it to go. Or you can't expect it to go in any way that you have the vision to take it.